Yo, what's up, y'all? It's your boy, Ogechi Aghaji, aka Oaghaji, back with another video, and it's another review for y'all. And today's review is going to be on the 1977 Hong Kong Kung Fu film classic from the Golden Harvest Studios, The Shaolin Plot, starring James Tien and directed by Wong Feng. You know what I'm saying? And with special guest appearances by Sammo Huang and Casanova Wong and Kwan Moon. It also it also stars Chang Sing or Chen Sing, you know what I'm saying, the Asian Charles Bronson. So yeah, it's a good thing I decided to talk about this film. So, especially since I talk about Iron Fist and Monk, you know what I'm saying? And this is actually the last film that Sammo Hung will do the choreography for under his mentor, Wong Fung, before he'll become a director in his own right with Iron Fist and Monk. So, yeah, without further ado, let's continue. And I'm going to read the synopsis in the back of this awesome Blu ray, courtesy by Arrow Video. So, here goes. In 1977, fight choreographer Sammo Hung made one last film under his mentor, director Wong Fung, the director of Lady Whirlwind and Hapkido, starring Angela Mao, before graduating to the director's chair himself with the Iron Fisted Monk. That film was the rarely seen martial arts assembled thriller The Shaolin Plot, which sees the pair reunite with Hong Kong heavyweight Chung Sing, New Fist of Fury, and other films. Prince Danglong, played by Chung Sing, is hell-bent on completing his comprehensive collection of Chinese martial arts manuals and mastering each form against his opponents. With only two manuals left to obtain, he sends his most dangerous henchman, a renegade monk, played by Sammo Hung, armed with two golden symbols, acting as flying guillotines, to steal the manual of the Wudon, to steal the sacred text of Shaolin. However, the wicked Dunglin will have to infiltrate the temple himself. So the stage is set for a clash between Dunglin, his cronies, and surviving Wudon student Little Tiger, played by James Tien, the co-star of Bruce Lee's The Big Boss, alongside a lethal duo of Shaolin warrior monks, played by Casanova Wong, star of Warriors 2, and Kwan Moon, who is known for playing the henchman in My Young Auntie, based on a story by legendary storyteller Ni Kwang, the script writer of the 36th Chamber of Shaolin. The Shaolin Plot is a classic tale of martial arts intrigue and deception, combining the incoming new wave of action with the old, resulting in one of the most overlooked and underrated kung fu classics from one of the most prolific Hong Kong film studios of all time. Yeah, that's a pretty good description right there. Now, let's talk about the story, the characters, and the acting. The story is actually pretty intriguing, especially since it's based on a story written by Ni Kwan, you know what I'm saying, who wrote films like The 36th Chamber of Shaolin, Fist of Fury for Bruce Lee, and many other Hong Kong martial arts film classics, you know what I'm saying? So this is pretty cool, you know what I'm saying? Um, it's not, I wouldn't call it flawless or anything like that, but but it is pretty intriguing, you know what I'm saying? Especially some of the plot stuff and twists and all that, which is cool, you know what I'm saying? I like the character of, the little tiger played by James Tan being the student of the Wudon, and him, decided to learn the Shaolin techniques in order to, avenge his school, especially his father. And he also got the Manchu Prince Dong Lin, or Dog Lin, excuse me, played by Shen. He's pretty well known for playing both good guy roles and bad guy roles in a lot of Hong Kong and Taiwanese martial arts films. And he definitely did his thing playing the evil Manchu Prince, you know what I'm saying? I also like how the performance of Sammo Hung playing the renegade Buddhist monk, you know what I'm saying, which is cool, you know what I'm saying? And another thing that's cool is the two Shaolin monks played by Casanova Wong and Kwon Moon, who are two legendary Korean martial artists and actors, you know what I'm saying? And they definitely did their thing with this film, as like guest stars, you know what I'm saying? Um, I don't want to say too much about the story because of spoilers, but it is pretty intriguing, pretty cool. So the story, characters, and the acting each get a 4 out of 5, and I definitely recommend y'all watching this in Mandarin with English subtitles. Avoid the English dub. Now, with all that being said, let's talk about the action in this film. The action is pretty cool, pretty good. very well choreographed by Sammo Huang and his crew. You know what I'm saying? Combines a classic kung fu action, which I like. And the fights were shot very well, edited well, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And it's a pretty good stepping stone into what Sammo Hong will become when he becomes a director, along being a fight choreographer with his directorial films like The Iron Fisted Monk, Warriors 2, Knockabout, Prodigal Son, The Victim, and many other kung fu film and other martial arts film classics along the way. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, this is a pretty good one. And I also, especially since his other fight choreography work with the director Wong Feng in the Angela Mao films, Lady Whirlwind and Hapkido, around like 72. The film was shot pretty well too, being shot in location in both the Golden Harvest Studios in Hong Kong as well as South Korea. You know what I'm saying, which is cool. And it's shot very well. The lighting's not too bad either. No complaints there. So yeah, but yeah, the action in this is just top notch, especially in the final fight. You should definitely watch the film to know what I'm talking about. So the action gets a 5 out of 5, along with the cinematography, also a 5 out of 5, and as well as the editing as well. The lighting gets like a 4 out of 5. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about the music. The music is like a combination of like classical Chinese music. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not, and some probably some library music. I'm not too sure, but it's mostly like original Chinese music from what I've heard. And it's implemented and it was composed very well. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, no. So yeah, no complaints there on that point. So yeah, the music. I give it a 4.5 out of 5. Overall, the Shaolin plot is definitely an underrated Hong Kong kung fu film classic from the Golden Harvest Studios. You know what I'm saying? It may not be perfect, but it's definitely recommendable in my opinion. So it definitely gets a 4 out of 5, especially for the action. You feel me? And the story. Hopefully, y'all enjoy this review, you know what I'm saying? And stay tuned for more reviews and more other videos along the way. You can subscribe to the Oaghaji 27 YouTube channel and hit that notification bell so you can know what's up about other videos I got along the way and all that good stuff. You can also follow me in my other social media accounts and things of that nature. And if y'all like this video, you can like it and share it. So yeah, with all of that being said, this is your boy Ogechi Aghaji, aka Oaghaji, signing out. Peace.